everyone, thanks for joining me today for this highlight video of the Friday's Infinite Hope live stream. Please be sure to smash that like, hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and share so we can get more people involved in the positivity. Thank you. Farmer stumbles onto Egyptian pharaoh's 2,600-year-old stone slab. How cool is that? First ever DNA recovered from extinct miniature elephants of Sicily. Isn't that cool? Lego lovers will swoon over this new typewriter set with keys that actually move like the real thing. And it's true, they do. I watched the video and here it is. This is it. This is cool, man. And so apparently what it started as, it's actually like a contest that they do on Lego, and whoever gets like 10,000 likes from Lego users, they give ideas, and whoever gets 10,000 likes on that idea, Lego actually makes your idea. So this dude suggested a typewriter, and then they started making it, and that's kind of what happened. Okay, here we go. Remarkable rescue. 5 farmers save father and 6-year-old son after falling 70 feet into a well. Here we go.
May 10th was a day just like any other for the Leesburg family. Brandon was working cows while his sons Louie and Everett played and then stopped for a drink out of this water spigot. And as Brandon closed the gate, he noticed Louie, who was just standing a few feet away seconds before, was nowhere to be seen.
And I asked Everett what was wrong, and Everett said Louie fell in the hole, and he pointed there.
That's a nightmare.
Just a tiny hole through the board.
What was a board covering up this well had rotted out in the middle. And as the board gave in, the 6-year-old fell 70 feet straight down into frigid water.
Can you imagine?
It was only just a matter of a few seconds, and I didn't think. I ran over to that hole that looked, not much bigger than a basketball, and I didn't see anything, and I couldn't hear anything until a couple more seconds, and I heard, a splash and some gasping.
That's terrifying.
And, there was no thinking.
With the sounds of his son drowning, Brandon knew time wasn't an option. So without thinking twice, he jumped in.
I just jumped through that hole in the board, obviously I made it a lot bigger, but how you don't think. I was just looking for the fastest way down there.
Without knowing just how far down
I think I would do the
Brandon
same thing.
says about halfway down, something told him to reach out.
There was a pipe. Turns out after I jumped down and my eyes adjusted, it was quite a ways. It felt like half the well when I looked up, and I was able to grab a hold of the pipe that goes down to the well motor and stop my descent.
Brandon said he would free fall and then reach out to the pipe to stop himself. He did that 3 times, all while Louie was still screaming for help.
Once we were down there, Louie had enough confidence in me. He said, all right, Dad, you can pull us out now, because the pipe to the well motor. And I said no, because the last 20 feet were so slick I couldn't hold on to it. It was just like a zip line into the water.
As Brandon reached the water, he grabbed Louie.
I still had a hold of that pipe, and I just braced both my feet up there and grabbed Louie and put him on my chest, because that water, I don't know, we never took the temp on it, but I'm sure it was close to 50, if not colder. And he was already shivering.
Oh, what a crazy story.
And you say, Daddy, I love you. Thank you for saving me.
Yeah.
He knew there was no way to climb back up.
He goes, Dad, how are we going to get out? I said, your brother Everett's going to have to save us. And so he goes, how's he going to do that? And I said, he's going to have to run to the road.
And so from 70 feet down in the dark well, Brandon yelled up.
So I just told Everett he was going to have to be a big boy and run out and stand by the mailbox till somebody drove by. And he did that. Be a big boy. Be a big boy for us. You got to save us.
And that's exactly what the 3-year-old did.
He did it.
Standing along the road, and we just couldn't figure out why he was standing there. So we stopped, and he was saying, "My daddy's in a hole."
As the McKinneys reached the farm, they thought Brandon was in a hole somewhere in the pasture, but then noticed the 4-wheeler still running.
And I said, "Okay, show me where he's at." And he pointed down in that well. And then I yelled at Mark.
Well, I just jumped out of the pickup and called 911.
I just think County 911, where's your emergency?
Yes, this is Mark McKinney. I need some help. A guy fell in a well, a boy, in a well.
Okay, what's the address?
I don't know, it's Scott Wiesenberg's farm.
How far did they fall?
I don't know, probably 40, 50 foot.
Okay, are they complaining of any injuries?
I don't know, they just said they needed help. He went down to get his boy out of the well. I have no idea.
You know how old they may possibly be?
I have no clue, ma'am. I just need some help.
Mark told Christy to call their neighbor.
I was so emotional, I didn't even know if he could get even out of what I was trying to tell him.
Wow.
That neighbor was Dan Athens, a farmer who lives just right up the road.
When she first called, she was pretty distraught, and what I got out of it was Brandon fell. Okay, I didn't know where and then she finally said south of your house, so I knew it was Brandon Leesburg, and then she got out that he fell into the well.
Thinking it was just Brandon in the well, he acted fast.
I knew how deep my well was. It's 140 foot, and so I thought, I'm gonna grab a barn rope. I didn't even know how long it was.
As Dan pulled up to the well, the 911 call captured his first words.
Brandon, Dan Athens, we're gonna try to put the rope down to you.
And he said, okay, we're gonna send Louie up first. And that's the first that I knew that he was in the well.
Dan says in that instant,
Wow.
his heart sank as Dan's son was also by his side.
Oh, your other boys down there?
As Dan sent the rope down to get Louie, he didn't know just how far down they actually were.
But the rope Dan brought was like 85 foot long, and we used about every bit of that rope to get him out.
But as he pulled the 6-year-old up, he was heavier than Dan thought.
Then all of a sudden, if something broke free and it got lighter, well, when he got up here, he had the wires wrapped around his arm, and I think it was just pulling the pump up and dragging on the side of the well.
And at that time, Eric Duncan, who works on the farm, and Jacob McKinney also showed up to help.
We finished pulling him up, and I had a hold of the rope right above his hands, and I just sat him on my knee while they got him untangled.
Wires up first.
And then I knew I had a bunch of hoodies left in my pickup, so I just picked him up, took him to the pickup, and wrapped him up, and turned the heater on as high as I could.
Oh
Less
my
than
gosh.
9 minutes after the 911 call was initially made, Louie was out.
You're out, buddy. You're out. You're out. We'll get you in pickup, get you warmed up, bud.
With Brandon still at the bottom of the well, the 5 farmers knew he would be too heavy to just pull him up with the rope.
Yeah, we went through here, didn't we?
Yep, and then around that.
So they used what was left of the old windmill as a hoist.
We just started pulling. And I hollered down to Brandon, are you able to help pull yourself up on the pipe? And he said, yeah. I said, you ready to go? And he said, let's go. So we started pulling.
As Brandon reached the top, he says he collapsed from bracing himself against the walls of the well for so long.
I was a little more exhausted than I thought. The adrenaline, that's what keeps you going in a situation like that.
That's
It
true.
was those 5 farmers who rescued Louie and Brandon before the
Yay.
ambulance had even reached the farm.
Of a detective who lost a leg in a crash adopts dog with prosthetic legs just like me. So that was that story. Okay, here's another story that was about rescuing people. Very sweet story. 15-year-old boy rescues younger brother after tree falls on him in Indiana campsite. So thankful. Okay, here's another cool story. This person, customer leaves $16,000 tip on a New Hampshire bar and grill. It's unbelievable. This was cool. Chicago police officers surprised children with new basketball hoop after seeing them play with a milk crate. Officers even stuck around to shoot hoops with the boys and girl.
You gotta come to
Look it up.
Uh-oh. I will come over here. Come over there.
Thank you!
Aww.
Yeah, you cool with that?
Aww.
All right, we're gonna start together quick, okay?
These are good dudes. These are good people right here. All right, here's another cool story. 16-year-old boy buys repossessed storage units to help owner recover their family heirlooms. Okay, next story. New England Aquarium honors nearly 4-decade-old ticket. The New England Aquarium last week agreed to let in a visitor who presented a ticket that was 38 years old, but which specified that it allowed a return visit at any time in the future. So this is the ticket and says, "You have arrived too late to fully enjoy our facility. This ticket is good for admission at any time in the future." It doesn't specify, like, that there's an expiry date. Rachel Carl's great aunt Catherine Piello had acquired the late gate ticket, which the aquarium stopped issuing about 25 years ago in 1983, according to the Boston Herald. "I walked up to the ticket office and explained the story of the ticket. They took a look at the ticket, laughed, and said, 'Well, it says come back anytime. There's no expiration date.'" She added that she had no idea if they would accept the ticket or not, but promised her great aunt that she would try. "We're so glad they honored it," she continued. Aquarium president CEO Vicky Cyril told the Herald they were happy to accept the ticket, which technically doesn't expire. "We honor each valid admission ticket, and this was one. 40 years is a long time to be carrying that ticket around, and we're so glad she did." Carly tweeted about the incident, thanking the aquarium for their generosity. Once again, I'd like to thank you for joining me. Please be sure to smash that like, hit the subscribe button, and share the video. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.